When you're on national media like that, you've got to be very mindful of what you're saying. But anyway, I just thought, well, do you know what? Say what you like. In a few years' time, you'll be laughing the other side of your face, mate.
So welcome back to Small Heath Alliance FC, and we're back today with another unscripted video. And we like to do these every week, every other week, just not really have a plan, talk about what's happening at the club, what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe there's a transfer rumour, maybe there's some big things going on behind the club. But we like to keep these open, no notes, and we're just going to have a little bit of a discussion about how we're feeling at the moment and if there's anything exciting going on at Birmingham City. So, Dad, another week's gone past. What are your thoughts and how are your feelings towards Birmingham City this week?
Well, we're never short of stories, are we? And, you watch what's going on at the club. I think the most pressing issue for Blues fans looking at social media in particular is that the urgency, really, which I think we'd like to see more new players coming through the door. That'll happen, and we seem to be linked with more and more names. And at the time of recording, we've still only signed currently one permanent signing in Ryan Allsop, but we know that there's some speculation about some signs that appear to be close. And I think that Blues fans are getting concerned that now that the pre-season is about to start, players are about to come back, and the fixtures came out. We're only sort of 5-6 weeks away from the first league game. I think Blues fans in general would like to see some more urgency in the signings.
I've got a feeling this week, up and coming after this podcast is released, we're gonna get a lot of signings coming in thick and fast.
Things change so fast, don't they, Matt? And by the time this video goes out, we could literally finish the video, and within 20 minutes there will be an announcement. But I think we're that close to some of these potential signings. Yeah. But I'm pretty relaxed about it, if I'm honest. I do get Blues fans, sort of wanting to. Cause players coming in, because we have got a very depleted squad. There's no doubt about that, with the amount of players that came out contract, the loan players going back, and even other players that are likely to be sold or moved on as well. I mean, for example, heavy rumours at the time of recording that Alex Pritchard, it looks like he's possibly going to Turkey. Sivspor, I think, are the club that are in negotiations for him. That looks almost like that will definitely happen. But again, you don't know, do you?
And just on that, I won't lose too much sleep over that, to be honest. He came in January. He was Mowbray's man. He didn't really show us very much to get excited about, did he? No. Fair enough. He did have a bit of an injury-ridden spell at Birmingham City, but even when he did come on, he didn't exactly ignite much in the game, did he? I mean, he did set up that Yuki goal away to Hull, don't get me wrong. That was a cracking assist, but big whoop. Over the context of his time here.
Yeah. No,
didn't really do much. But I'm with you, Dad. I think the signings will start to come in thick and fast. I'm not pressing the panic button, and I trust Chris Davis. I trust the team, so that will all come. And on the interest of ins and outs and stuff, I'd like to wish John Ruddy all the best as well.
Yeah.
He has left a lovely statement for the club. We all saw that podcast with Fozcast, and we all knew. I think we all knew off the back of that was a man that wasn't really going to hang around at the club. So, and again, when we signed Ryan Allsop, I think that was the nail in the coffin for Ruddy. So, no hard feelings toward Ruddy. Really like him. Wish him all the best for the future. And yeah, thank you for your service to this great club. And as I said, all the best for the future for John Ruddy.
Yeah, no great surprise. I think when Ryan Allsop signed, we did a video all about Ryan Allsop, and we mentioned in that video that's likely to spell the end of John Ruddy at Birmingham City, because Ryan Allsop was obviously Comer's first choice goalkeeper. That would mean that John Ruddy would have been number two, and in his last few years of his career, he's not going to play number two in League One. No. So I think it was pretty obvious he was going to go. So also for me, all the best, John Ruddy, for what you've done, and really wish you well in the future. Other things that are happening as well that obviously we can still be really satisfied, I suppose, and proud really of what's going on outside the club. I read somewhere that the owners have already spent about £30-odd million on the stadium, if you count the 15 million that's been spent. Well, not just the stadium, but the stadium and the training grounds and all the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So that's a massive investment from Tom Wagner and Knighthead, and it's all going to be fantastic. So I think we're all excited about getting to the ground for the first game of the season. And on that, obviously the fixtures came out, didn't they, since our last unscripted. Yeah. We now know who we're playing. First, Reading up first. Yeah. And, time to really make it feel real, doesn't it? That once you get the fixtures released and you see all the teams you're playing. We did a video on this. You've probably seen this when the fixtures were released about who we're playing when. And a few of our subscribers commented that, it's a bit disappointing seeing the teams that we're up against and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of League One. We can't do anything about that. They're just the opposition. But I don't know about you, Matt. I'm still excited. I looked at those fixtures and I thought, it's not the teams we've been used to playing, but we're in League One for a reason. It's our own fault. and they're just the opposition. And I'm excited about it. I'm
excited
about the prospect of what's going to happen during the course of not just next season but beyond. Yeah. And I look at some of those teams and I think, do you know what? Some of these are going to be really, really challenging games because there's some very, very good teams in there. But for me, I wasn't disappointed at all. I thought I was just glad to see the fixtures. And glad to say, that's the date now. That's the first date. That's our first fixture. I think August the 10th, I think it is.
It is, yeah.
Which is
5:30 p.m. St.Andrews, United Park, Birmingham City versus Reading. I'm already excited even saying that out loud. And I agree. When you look at the fixture list, we've been in the Championship for the past 13 years. We haven't known League One since the mid-90s. So it is going to be a bit of a shock. We're going to go to stadiums that have 8, 9, 10,000 capacity. We're going to get new away teams coming in, sitting in behind the goal. It's going to be a completely new experience. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we should go down there and enjoy it for what it is. We should go to away games and absolutely dominate the city if we can. Just go down in droves of numbers. Obviously, capacity pending and stuff. And we always have great times on the road. We always have great times at St.Andrews as well. And you mentioned Reading at home, and I actually can't wait for the next 2 weeks because again, away games we haven't experienced. Had Wycombe Wanderers away and Leyton Orient away. Yeah. It's all pending tickets.
I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you watch TalkSport. I do watch TalkSport because obviously they do like breaking news, and that's some of the stuff that they do. It's not always brilliant, but there was Gabby Bangalore was on there. I don't know if you saw it. And the fixtures were released. I think it was Jim White said to Gabby, what do you think? Birmingham City, they've got Reading at home, and then they've got Leyton Orient away, and then Gabby Bangalore is, Leyton Orient away. Aston Villa are going to be playing Real Madrid, and enjoy it, etc. Message for Gabby on Bangalore, you an idiot. Okay, that's from me personally as well. You don't understand Birmingham City because you've got your claret and blue blinkers on, and may you do that. And one day, I promise you're going to regret those words.
Dad, me and you live in. We live in. Not in Birmingham now, but we have lived in Birmingham for several years, and we know many Aston Villa fans. In fact, when you go to a wedding, half the wedding's usually Villa, half the wedding's usually Blues. At school playground, it's usually half Blues, half Villa. We have been embroiled in that community of Blues versus Villa, and I can tell you, half the Villa fans don't like Gabriel Bangalore. They always say thank you for the goals in the derbies, but what a plonker. So he's absolutely.
He's a complete spoon.
Whenever he's on TalkSport, I have to turn it off, and it's not because he's Villa. And I know we're kind of doing that reversal there, saying Villa. But his opinions are always rubbish. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And the fact that he said that, as you say, he has no idea what's going on at Birmingham City. And as a pundit, you're supposed to be impartial to some extent. And the fact he was bragging about the Champions League.
He just made me smile. I thought to myself, what an idiot. And actually, I really, really felt that. And I thought, you know what, at the end of the day, we have got rivalries. We've got rivalries with lots of teams, particularly Aston Villa. And there is this rivalry that's been there for many, many, many years for Blues and Villa. We don't like each other. That's rivalry. But at the end of the day, there is a line of respect as well that I think that needs to be observed really, particularly when you're
especially at that level.
Yes, when you're on national media like that, you've got to be very mindful of what you're saying. But anyway, I just thought, well, do you know what? Say what you like, in a few years' time, you'll be laughing the other side of your face, mate.
So true. And we will have the last laugh. This club will rise again. And we will be back at Villa, will be back at St Andrews, we'll be back at Villa Park, and those derbies will be back. I'm sure in no time, to be fair. But I must admit, I do, and I don't care what Villa fans say, they miss the derbies. You cannot beat a Blue. It's got to be one of the most fiercest rivalries across the country. In fact, recently on social media, I believe Celtic and Rangers is probably the only one that got voted above the Blues Villa derby, and it really, you can feel it.
Villa need the derbies. Where do they get their songs from? Otherwise, they can't make their own songs up. They pinch your ass, don't they? So they need the derbies. Otherwise, it's Villa. That's all it will be.
And all they sing at the moment is Small Heath. I think it's Small Heath get battered everywhere they go. And we're League One. They say we're irrelevant, yet they sing about us all the time.
Well, I love that when they sing Small Heath Alliance. They're promoting our YouTube channel. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And let's move on to other stuff because obviously, I don't know if you saw in the Carabao Cup, we've been drawn away to Charlton Athletic, a team that's obviously in our division. Yeah. I think that'll be a decent game.
In a weird way, I was hoping that we would have got a League Two or possibly below team because we're going to play Charlton 2 times this year anyway, so it would have been nice to even experience another ground, another. We're going
to get that because in the Papa John's Trophy. We've been drawn against Shrewsbury, Walsall, who are in League Two. And I had to smile when Fulham under-21s go. Just I thought of Jay Stansfield. He's too good for their under-21s. I mean, they've got to start either they'll loan him out again, or they'll put him in or give him some first-team chances. But I had to smile. I thought, I wonder what's going to happen if Jay Stansfield turns up against the Blues. That'll be. I mean, the Blues fans will still give a massive ovation. And
the thing is, he loves winding people up, don't he, Jay? You know, remember when he scored against Plymouth and he put the top up, and like at Stoke away, he did that sort of signal to he loves winding the fans up. So I'd love to see if he scored, whether he'd be respectful and not celebrate.
He definitely would. I've absolutely no doubt. I think if he scored against Blues,
he'd keep it respectful.
He would. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, you know, he's a Fulham player, but you can see that he loved his time at Blues. He said that, and now that he's played for us and he understands the club and the fans, I think he'd be completely respectful to us.
Another club that I quite enjoyed in that was Walsall, because they're on our doorstep, aren't they? I drive past the Bescott or the Poundland Stadium, whatever. Poundland Stadium, who calls you stadium? The Poundland Stadium. Sorry, Walsall fans, if you want. But what does that inspire much of an experience? The Poundland. Oh, anyway. I don't know whether the ground's called the Poundland Ground or whether a stand is called the Poundland Stand. But anyway, it's that is definitely associated with the stadium, because we drive past it on the M6 every time we want to go up north, don't we? So it is literally on our doorstep, Walsall. So that should be quite an interesting game as well. And looking forward to the cup. And you know, there's a lot of fans out there and a lot of teams saying, the Papa John's is Mickey Mouse. I want to go to Wembley. I want to go all the way and bring it home, if I'm going to be totally honest. I think we should go all out to bring to win it, but I think it's going to be interesting regardless, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you can only win the competitions you're in.
Exactly.
You know, with the fact that we're in the Papa John's, you know, it's just part of the competition for teams that are in League One and League Two, and you know, in the under-21. So if we're in it, let's win it. Why not?
Absolutely.
We did last time. And last time we was in this league. Last time we got relegated, we won. What was the old third tier, and we actually won that was the auto windscreens.
It was, yeah.
Whatever it was called then.
Yeah.
I think it was the auto windscreens.
I think it was, yeah.
And was Leyland. There's
Leyland Daff,
and it changed to auto. It's had so many sponsors over the years. But anyway, it's the same competition.
Because I remember the team lifting it in the Triton shower top, the one that we wear on the podcast quite a lot.
Yeah. So so good. So it's all good. And as I say, we can't deny the great stuff that's going on off the pitch. Lots of updates about what's going on. The work's progressing really, really well. At the ground.
Just one final point for me and we'll wrap it up, and that's I've been so impressed from what I've been seeing on social media with Tyler Roberts and Ramal Donovan. I keep seeing clips of them absolutely banging in goals wherever they are. I think Tyler Roberts started in Vegas, then he went to Spain. I think he might be back in the UK now because they start pre-season, I believe, at the time of recording this week. And, Ramal Donovan, I saw a clip of him, doing that dodging between the sticks and then smashing it in the top corner. I just thought, I'm sure they have had times to disconnect and have a few beers and have a bit of fun or whatever they want to get up to in their summer, but what dedication. And I really hope it pays off for them. I hope Ramal Donovan gets a little bit more first-team football, and I hope Tyler Roberts comes down to League One and smashes in 15, 20-plus goals. I'd love to see that this season. So just a note from me to say I'm loving their dedication, I'm loving their hard work.
And Ethan Laird as well. He's been, I've seen social media of him doing training as well. I think he's been joined up with Tyler Roberts and stuff like that. I mean, smashing goals in. I smash goals in my back garden, but it doesn't get recorded. So,
just impressive to see. Tyler Roberts, it's impressive to see him hit the back of the net regardless, because last season he was either injury prone or had very little effect. I hope the hard work I've been seeing on social media in this summer, they get repaid in the hard work on the pitch.
Yeah, you can't deny their dedication. That's what you want to see, isn't it? Players that realise that they could have been better, they've made mistakes, and they're trying sort of their very best to get to tip-top form.
I'll never forget the story Roy Keane shared. This was years ago, and he said everyone would leave the training ground and Beckham used to stay behind with a ball boy so he could keep putting the ball on the spot with him, and he would practice free kicks for 1, 2, 3 hours after training, after everyone had left. And what was Beckham? Arguably one of the greatest free kick takers of all time, and that their hard work and dedication paid off. And again, I know it's a different scale, but I love seeing players, even in their downtime, even in the summer, taking the initiative, working hard, and I really hope it, as they pays off in the season.
Yeah, me too. Just one final point for me as well. I think next time we do one of these unscripted, which will be in a week or two time, I've got a feeling we'll be talking about players.
Yeah,
that
I hope so.
That have signed as well. So it's all good. It's all good. Like I say, I'm not panicking about the lack of signings at this point in time that this video is going to go out. But I think we'll start to see that change now, and that's where I think the fans will get really excited when they start to see the team that we're building for next season. But it's all good for me. Very, very positive. And I just love the way that the positiveness around the Blues fan base is just going on and on and on, and that's what we want. Building this momentum for the start of this season. We're selling loads of season tickets as well, so all good stuff.
That's a good point, actually. We didn't raise that. The season tickets are absolutely flying out. In fact, in the lower Tilton, I haven't got a number to share, but the blue dots for availability are very low.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
The upper Tilton sold out. But obviously that's also down to renewals as well. So obviously there's still a number of people to renew.
Of course, yeah.
So therefore, and most people I assume will renew, but there might be some little gaps if people don't. But then, nevertheless, I think season tickets are going very, very well. So it's all looking really, really positive.
I think we're the only club who could get relegated, pump millions of investment in and sell more season tickets. It's almost in reverse.
It's completely down to our new owners.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, just imagine a scenario, the nightmare scenario if we didn't have these owners and we got relegated.
Yeah. Imagine if it was still BSHL. St. Andrews next year would be a graveyard, wouldn't it? It'd be a horrible experience. It'd be an empty stadium, I think. Under the previous ownership, because everyone knew they ran it into the ground.
It's not even worth thinking about. I can't even imagine where we'd be under that. But anyway, we're not. We're under the owners, and it's fantastic.
Positive.
So keep up the good work. That's what I say.
Onwards and upwards. And as always, Blues fans would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on some of the topics we discussed? Have we possibly missed a few things there? Please let us know in the comments what your thoughts are around Birmingham City and everything which is happening, of course, off the pitch at the moment during this pre-season period. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and check us out on our social media channels, on our X page and our Instagram page, and those handles are on the screen right now. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any future content, and me and Dad will see you on the next video all about Birmingham City.